Hey guys, so in today's video, I'll show you how to form an LLC in the state of Connecticut in 7 easy steps. So here are the 7 steps. I'm not gonna go over them right now, but later on in this video, I'll go in depth on each of these steps. However, if you don't wanna do all this stuff yourself, you guys can actually use a service like Bizee to do this for you. I've used Bizee to set up 5 business entities so far. I love them, and if you guys do use our link down below, it will help support the channel with a small referral fee at no additional cost to you. I'll also leave a time code down below if you do wanna skip to the step, and they'll actually be able to set up your LLC in like 5 to 10 minutes. So before we do that, let's go through these 7 steps if you do want to do this yourself. Okay, step number 1 is to name your LLC. And to do this, you must follow the state of Connecticut's naming guidelines. So first, your name needs to include limited liability company, LLC, or L.L.C. I personally prefer just to use LLC. It also must be distinguishable from any other names, and there are some certain words or abbreviations that you cannot use. For example, incorporated or corp. So what you want to do is conduct a state name search. I'll leave a link down below. And you also may want to choose a name that has an available domain name. This is, of course, if you do want to create your own website. So step 2 is that you need to hire a registered agent. This is basically a person or a business that is responsible for sending and receiving important legal documents on your behalf. So that's going to be things like tax forms, lawsuits, government correspondence forms, stuff like that. They do need to be a full-time resident of Connecticut. And yes, it can be yourself, it can be an employee, or it can be a registered agent service, which is what I personally recommend. If you guys do use Bizee to file your LLC for you, you do get that free registered agent service for 1 year. So step 3 is to file your Connecticut LLC certificate of organization. This is done with the Connecticut Secretary of State, and right now the filing fee is $120. You do need to choose an NAICS code that basically classifies the type of business you're creating. So yeah, you'll want to make sure what that code is. Now to submit these documents, you can do it online, or you can do it by mail or in person. Personally, we recommend just doing it online. And part of the step is also deciding on the management structure. So is it going to be member managed or manager managed? And most of you guys will likely choose member managed since it is managed by you. But if you do want an external manager to manage your LLC for you, then you'll select that one. Step 4 is you'll create your LLC operating agreement. So this is actually not required in the state of Connecticut, but it is highly recommended. So essentially what an operating agreement is, it's a legal document that outlines the ownership and operating procedures of your LLC. So sort of view it as a rule book for your company. This agreement is usually going to include all these things right here. So organization, management and voting structure, capital contributions, distributions, membership changes, and dissolution rules. So yeah, it is quite complicated. I don't recommend writing this yourself. Step 5 is to obtain your EIN for your business. So your EIN is basically your federal tax identification number. Think of it sort of as a social security number for your business. And it's required to open up a business bank account, hire employees, and file your taxes. It's actually quite easy to get your EIN. You guys can do this easily online. And then yeah, step 6 is to obtain any additional permitting or licenses. And this is really going to depend on what type of business you have. I'm not going to go into this too much, but you guys can learn more about it on these slides. But of course, if you don't want to do this yourself, you can use Bizee to do this for you. And yeah, it's going to make your life a lot easier. Step 7 is you need to file your annual report. So this must be done online via the Connecticut Business One-Stop Portal. We'll have a link down below as well. The fee is $80 per year, so it is a little bit expensive. And it is due on March 31st of every single year. This starts the year that your business was formed. If you guys do use Bizee and get the gold or platinum plan, it does come with lifetime reminders to save me a lot of times since I have a lot of annual reports to file. And yeah, they'll basically remind you that you have to do it. And then yeah, once you open up your LLC, you'll likely want to get a business bank account. You'll likely want a business credit card as well, so you guys can start building points, traveling for free, all that stuff. And you will want an accountant. Down below in the description, we'll also have links to our favorite business credit cards. These are the ones that I personally love using for my businesses. And we'll also have our favorite business bank account as well. Now, there are some tax filing requirements that you guys should be aware of. You do need to pay employer taxes if you have employees in the state of Connecticut, and you must report your annual income to the IRS. And this is done either using Form 1065 for partnerships or Form 1040 Schedule C for most single member LLCs. So yeah, I know we just covered a lot of information, but now basically what I'm going to do is take you guys through Bizee, which is an LLC formation service. They can basically do everything we talked about for you. And what I recommend doing is click on the link down below, follow along, and you'll essentially have your LLC formation started within 5 to 10 minutes. So after you click on that link down below, it's going to take you to a landing page that looks very similar to this. And what you guys will do is you'll click form your free LLC now. And since we are creating an LLC in Connecticut, I'll go ahead and select Connecticut. Now, as you guys can see, there are 3 different plans that come with Bizee. There's the silver, the gold, and the platinum. The silver plan is technically free since the package fee to Bizee is $0, but there is the mandatory state fee of $120. This is a fee that you would have to pay anyways when creating your LLC in the state of Connecticut. However, for most of you guys watching this video, I do not recommend going with the silver. It does come with a lot of headaches and they don't file a lot of things that will cause problems later on, so I don't recommend it. What I recommend for most of you guys watching this is going to be the gold plan, or if you want some extra things, the platinum plan might be better. But yeah, trust me, I used the silver plan one time, the first time I used Bizee, and then every time after that, I just went with the gold or the platinum plan, since that's way more comprehensive and it's gonna save you guys a lot of headaches. So as you guys can see for the gold plan, it's $199 package fee plus that mandatory state fee. It's gonna include the preparing and filing of your articles of organization, unlimited name searches, you get the free registered agent service for a year. They will help file the form to get your EIN business tax number. If you guys do want to be treated as an S Corp for taxation purposes, they will file form 2553 for you. They'll also create your operating agreement for you, your banking resolution. You will get those lifetime company alerts, which really come in handy, as well as a bunch of other stuff, including a free 1-hour tax strategy consultation. So yeah, for 99% of you guys watching this is probably gonna be the right plan. But if you do want business contract templates, if you do want free next day filing and a domain name and business email, then you may want to splurge and get the platinum plan. But yeah, for this video, let's go with the gold. So I'll select get the gold package. Now I'm gonna enter in my contact information. After that, I'll come here and put in my street address. After that, I'll click next right here. Now it's gonna have you select your state filing time. So if you don't want to pay anything extra, you just go with the standard one, which in this case is 3 weeks. But if you want the faster filing time, you guys can click on this. For this video, I'll just go with the standard filing time and click next. Now we'll enter in our LLC name. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose something. We'll select designator, so you guys can choose any of these. I actually prefer just using LLC since I think it looks a little bit cleaner. And this is basically what the official company name will display as, so make sure that looks okay. We'll now select our number of members / owners. So since it is just me, I will select 1, but choose accordingly. And now we'll put in our business purpose. Then we'll select what industry our business is in. So I'll search video. After that, I'll come down here and we can choose whether we want to use Bizee for our virtual address, or we can use our own address. Just for this video, I'll go with our own address, but choose accordingly. And I'll select that. We'll click next. Now it's gonna ask if you want to actually upgrade to the premium service package. Choose accordingly. If you guys need these things, you guys can definitely go ahead and upgrade. But for now, I'll just click no thanks. We'll now provide the information for our members. So for member number 1, is it gonna be an individual or is it gonna be a company? So since it's just me, I'm gonna select individual, but choose accordingly. I'll choose this to pre-populate those. And then for the percent of ownership, since it is just me, I'll select 100%. Now it's gonna have us choose who we want for our registered agent. Now Bizee does give you free registered agent service for 1 year, so that's pretty awesome. But if you do wanna act as your own registered agent, you guys can do that as well. But yeah, I just recommend using them. We'll click next. Now we're gonna enter in our tax information. So I'm gonna select no, since I do have a social security number. Select my name, and I'll put in the SSN right here. We'll then put in our physical street address. Click next. It's gonna give us the option of actually setting up a business banking checking account. So you guys can do that if you want to get some type of credit, but just for this video, I'll select no, not at this time. We'll select next. You can choose to have the free tax strategy call, so you guys can definitely do that, but just for this video, I'll go with not interested at this time. You guys can have Bizee help with your business permits and licensing stuff, but just for this video, I'll select no thanks. And now basically we're gonna review our order, make sure all this information looks okay. If it does, we'll click next. And here's basically where we will enter in our credit card information. After you do that, we'll check this and then click complete and pay. And after that, it's essentially started. You'll have your LLC in a matter of no time. So yeah, as you guys can see, it can be super easy if you do use a service like Bizee to do this for you. But of course, you can do this manually if you want. It's just gonna take a lot of time and you won't know if you're doing it compliantly since there are many steps. That's why every time a friend asks me how they should set up an LLC, I just tell them use Bizee. It just makes it so much easier and it's super affordable. Anyways, I hope you guys got some value from this video. Again, all the links that we talked about are gonna be down below in the description. I do wanna say thank you guys so much. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe for more content just like this. This whole channel is dedicated to helping you guys start and grow your business. Thank you so much for your time and I'll see you in the next video.